Let's play some baseball. Okay, we have the 2016 Chicago Cubs going against the 1976 Cincinnati Reds in Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. And leading off will be Dexter Fowler. Fowler rolls a 28. We go over to Cincinnati, the home team. 28, second base defense. Second base is Joe Morgan. We re-roll the big die. It's a 14. And on Morgan, that 14 is 5 to 20, from 5 to 20, so that is a ground out. One away. The next batter, Chris Bryant. The pitch to Bryant, 15-5. Go to the pitcher's card, Gary Nolan, 15, and then 5 would be double play, but since no one's on first base, it's just a ground out. If we wanted to know where it was, we go to the double play chart, look at the small die, which is a 5, and a 5 would be second base. It says X21, X21, if you read that, it basically says second to first base is the ground out. 2 down, and Anthony Rizzo, 2 outs. Pitch to Rizzo, 14-9. 14, all the 14s are F, which is a fly out or sacrifice fly, and that's 3 away. The Cubs, 0 in the first. Leading off for the Reds will be Ken Griffey Sr. Griffey rolls a 1-9, strikeout, 1 away. Joe Morgan, 2, walk. Morgan on first base. His run rating is a 13. We take a 13, we place it on first base. His steal rating is a 16. He's going to steal 1 to 16. If you wanted to, you could put in the defensive catchers right here plus 0, so nothing changes. That's his arm rating. Morgan 1 to 16, stealing. He's safe at second base. -5 to steal third, which would be 1 to 16 minus 5 is 1 to 11. I'm not going to do that. 1 out with Morgan on second base, and the batter will be George Foster. Here's the pitch to Foster. 17-2. We always look on the home team's 17 through 20 card. 17-2 is second base defense. Second baseman for the Cubs, Ben Zobrist. Re-roll the big die. It's a 7. Ground out, asterisk. We look up here in the legend, and we see that ground bar asterisk is the runner on first base is out, the batter is safe. So there is no runner on first base. R+1, runners advance 1 base. So Morgan goes to third. 2 down, the batter will be Pete Rose. Rose that year batted .323, had 9 home runs per 590 at-bats. How many home runs did he really hit? Well, look at here. He's the batting order number 4. We look up here under 4, because this part is just taken from here and moved over here. And we see that he was 35 years old, and he actually hit 10 home runs. Here's the pitch to Rose, 6-9. Here's 6, it's a 9, he's out. We really don't care where because it's the third out, but if we wanted to, we could look at the small die, which is the 9, over here under the outs, and it says to third base, and it tells you what happens over here. 3 away. Go to the second inning, and the batter will be Ben Zobrist. Here's the pitch to Zobrist. Zobrist rolls a 17-7. 17 is over here, and 7, double, left field arm. Well, there's no one on base, so we don't have to check the left fielder's arm. Zobrist's run rating is a 13, so we put 13 on second base. It's a double. Nobody down. Zobrist on second base, and the batter will be Jorge Soler. Here's the pitch to Soler. It's a 1-5, which means 1. F, sacrifice fly. You can look up here and see what it says, but basically it means the guy's not going anywhere because he's not on third. 1 out, and the batter will be Addison Russell with a runner on second base. Here's the pitch to Russell. Russell, he also rolls a 1. We go over here, we check the run, he strikes out. 2 men are down, and the batter will be Javier Baez. We're going to pitch to Baez, 16-0. We look on Nolan's card, 16 and 0. That's a single. Check the runner's run rating. The runner's run rating is a 13. So we know that the batter singled. That's Baez. His run rating is a 13. So we put a 13 on first. This guy goes to third. Does he score? 1 to 13, he scores because it said check the run rating. We roll a 19, and he does not score. He holds at third. 2 outs, and Miguel Montero. Pitch to Montero. It's a 29. Shortstop defense. Re-roll the big die. It's a 4. We check on Concepcion, and that is a reached on error, possibly. We check over Montero. His reached on error rating is an automatic E, so it is an error. The run scores, and Montero goes to first base. He's an 11, so we put an 11 on first base, and the Cubs have a run. 1-0 the Cubs lead, 2 outs, and the batter will be the J-Hay kid, Jason Hayward. Pitch to Hayward, 8-9, 8, he's out, 3rd out, so 3 away, but the Cubs do pick up a run in the second inning. Bottom of the second inning, and the batter will be Cesar Geronimo. That pitch to Geronimo. It's a 26, and that is third base defense. The third baseman is Chris Bryant. We re-roll the big die. It's a 5, and under Bryant with a 5, reaches on error. Maybe. Go over to Geronimo. His reached on error rating is 1 to 14. It's an error, otherwise he's out. We re-roll the big die. It's a 17, so it's not an error. The batter's out. 1 away, they get Geronimo, and the batter will be Tony Perez. The pitch to Tony Perez, 14-3. And we look on the pitcher's card. F, fly out or sacrifice fly. No one's on base. And 2 men are down. And the batter will be Dan Dreesen. Pitch to Dreesen. 2-8. Dreesen, 2, flies out. And the side is retired. We go to the third inning. And if I remember correctly, batter will be Chris Bryant. The pitch to Bryant, 2-9, walks. Bryant on first base. His run rating is a 13. We reach up here and get a 13, and we put it on first base. Nobody down. Anthony Rizzo. No outs, top of the third, 1-0 Cubs. The pitch to Rizzo, 4-1. He walks. Rizzo's run rating is a 9. So, runner on second. We find the 9 in the small squares. No outs, and the batter will be Ben Zobrist. The pitch to Zobrist, 7-6. There's a 7. F. And we can say, okay, F6, what is F6? F6 is, we look at the 6, center field. It tells you here basically that nobody's going to move. 1 out, and Jorge Soler. Pitch to Soler, 2-5. He walks. 3 walks in the inning. So these runners move up. And Solaire's run rating is a 10. 1 out, bases are loaded for Addison Russell. Russell batted .238 with 24 home runs per 590 at-bats. Here's the pitch. 17-6. Looking at the home team, 17-6 is a hits it deep. It's way back. Now it's got to be verified, right? Could it be a home run? On Addison Russell's, that's an H. That's automatically verified. We go over to Gary Nolan. He's automatically verified. It's a grand slam for Addison Russell, and the Cubs have taken a commanding lead here with 1, 2, 3, 4 runs in the third. No, I did not plan it this way. It just happened. All right, still only 1 out, and the batter is going to be none other than Javier Baez. Pitch to Baez, 4-1, flies out 2 away, and the batter will be Miguel Montero with 2 down now. And you don't have to keep moving this if the outs if you don't really want to use it, but it's right there. He rolls a 20-0. 20-0 pops out to short. We could, that PS with the parentheses really means to look at the specialty chart and you can re-roll the big die and do what it says here, but we're not going to do that because this is just the basic game. And Montero is out, but the Cubs pick up 4 runs, and that total now is, they lead 5-0 in the third. Well, at the bottom of the third, this will be the last inning for demonstration purposes. And the Reds will send up Hall of Fame catcher Johnny Bench. Pitch to Bench. Bench rolls a 10-4. We look over on the pitcher's card, and 10 is a strikeout. Bench strikes out, 1 away. And the batter will be Davy Concepcion. The pitch to Concepcion, 19-7. Pops out to second base. 2 down, and we go back to the top of the order, and Ken Griffey Sr. Pitch to Griffey, 6-5. He's out. That 5 means how is he out? We look over here, and it says hits at the shortstop, and this is what happens, but no one's on base, so it really doesn't matter. And that will be the end of the demonstration as the Cubs from 2016 beat the Cincinnati Reds 5-0 after 3 innings.